Next, we move to Plenary Session 5, Adoption of Okayama Declaration. The moderator is Dr. Jonghwi Park.
Okay, thank you very much for your really active participation and sharing your key takeaways and emotions. Also, I was really happy to hear all those feedback at the back. Actually, I was sitting at the back, and then I was also got emotional as well. So really, really thankful for everyone sharing your learning and experiences with us. So it's really fulfilling for us and rewarding for us as well. We haven't finished the conferences yet. I was a bit worried that we are closing without declaring this declaration, right? So this is the key document that we would like to conclude is one of the main outcomes of this conference, 2025 Okayama Declaration. To give you a background, this is the first declaration since 2014. That was also Okayama Declaration 2014, 10 years ago here. And I heard some of you were here at that time too. And we are having this updated Okayama Declaration. And we're really, really grateful for Okayama City for hosting another declaration and then this monumental moment for us, for RCEs. So without further ado, I would like to invite Dr. Anupam Khajuria, who have been instrumental in collecting all the inputs and consolidating in one document and juggling between all this feedback for the last 3 months. So I will invite Dr. Khajuria to present to you what we have done and what we have now and where we are going now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Jonghwi Park. So let's start with last plenary session on adoption of Okayama Declaration. Good afternoon, Excellencies, distinguished guests, and dear RC members from Global RC Network and beyond. Now, today we are entering the most important and significant final plenary session of the ongoing 14th Global RC Conference. So let me introduce myself. My name is Anupam Khajuria from UNU-IAS and as a part of the Global Secretariat Center for the Global Service Center. So first, I would really like to thank you each and everyone who provided their feedback on the draft of the Okayama Declaration. And I would really like to thank you for the writing committee members who spent a lot of time with us to finalize the shape provided to this declaration. So I'm giving you the few milestones. So throughout the process of developing this declaration, we began with the inception. This is a list of the writing committee members. So I would really like to show the list who really participated in framing all the declaration from the beginning to now in the final stage. So the first milestone is throughout the process, we began with the inception meeting held on 15th of May. And then we started the first round of consultation from 15th of May to 15th of July. And then we with the writing committee and Ubuntu members. And also we have the online meetings and develop the first framework of the declaration. And in the second round of consultation, we send the draft to the RC members by the SurveyMonkey, and we received few feedbacks from them, and I will show you the data in the next slide. And the third round, we discussed this RC with writing committee and Ubuntu members before starting this conference officially on 21st. So we had a meeting on 20th of October, and we come up with the frame which we sent you on 21st yesterday morning. And we finally received more feedbacks after that. So during the second round of consultation, we received the feedback from 36 RC members, 15 responses from Asia Pacific, and 4 from America, and 8 responses from Africa, and 7 responses from Europe. And just before finalizing the draft, like yesterday, we shared that draft with you guys, and we received 27 feedback from all RC's members. So it's around 14 from Asia Pacific, and 5 from America, 6 from Africa, and 2 from Europe. And today morning, we had, not morning, even afternoon, during lunchtime at 2 o'clock, we had writing committee meeting to finalize the frame. And thank you very much for writing committee meeting to having this continued support in us and developing this form of this declaration. So finally, we come up with the structure of the declaration. So we have 5 structures. The first is preamble portion. Then second is vision and value. The preamble is like a setting for the global context and the purpose. And vision and value to providing the outlining, guiding principles. And then we provide the 5 priority areas. And each area is ranging from systematic transformation to digital lifelong learning. We try to cover as much as possible. And the last 2 points we put in the focus on the scaling and strengthening RC network, and finally with the conclusion. So now I will show the Word file to you guys, which we finally made the changes.
We'll show you the final text, semi-final, I should say, near final text that we have, section by section. And if you have any last minute addition that you cannot go home without adding that, you mean what I say. you know what I mean, right? So, so if you really have to put that additional parts to this text, because we really try our best to incorporate everyone's comments, every aspect that you brought in. But if you really would like to add more, we can still do it. This is the last chance. So we will do the section by section.
Yes. So we have 5 sections and 16 paragraphs total. So now I'm showing the preamble. So please raise your hand where I need to stop it. So I'm expanding the size. I think it's okay. So I'm scrolling very slowly. Okay.
So if you had paid attention to our correspondence for the last 3 months, you must have seen this text at least for 3 times. So hopefully this satisfies your inputs, also your comments. One thing that we want to highlight is because of the youth session this morning, we added quite a few sentences and also words in this semi-final text just right before this session. And we really appreciate youth inputs for this. We had already quite substantial part for youth. But for example, the Youth Declaration on Transforming Education was added as one of the key references, guiding principles. And I will show you more where we added more on youth. So we move on to now the vision and value.
So there are 2 paragraphs for vision and value. Okay, I will move slowly to the next pathways.
So for the paragraph 7, for example, we had this UN Charter based guiding principles, and we noticed from one of your comments that back then in your UN Charters, when UN Charter was concluded, we didn't have any aspects on nature. It was all about human rights, freedom of expression, all those social aspects. We didn't really have coexistence with the nature part, so we were having a debate actually during our last meeting, and we ended up adding that to be aligned with the current urgent needs. So we have respect for future there, which was not part of the UN Charter at that time. So
the
shall we
next
move on to the priority areas?
So we have 5 priority areas.
So the first priority area is about education system. How we have to actually move beyond the formal education, utilizing the network of RCE, and how we can incorporate these spirits into the curriculum, school curriculum and beyond. The action area 2, priority action area 2 is about local solutions. So we had a lot of comments actually from some of you on the notion of indigenous knowledge. And we had actually quite substantial part of indigenous knowledge, but we made it more vivid, explicit there. Adding spirituality, actually, not just indigenous knowledge, but spirituality, and respecting their distinctive social culture and governance system. There was also a new addition. Then here comes the youth section. It was already there for sure. We really emphasized the importance of youth from the very beginning, so it was always priority action area. But this time, we were talking about the word trust that came out many times during our morning session. So we had to find somewhere to find the word trust.
We have one hand.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. It's so late in the process. Did I miss to see that we recognized the resolution transforming our world from the General Assembly, UN General Assembly?
This year?
No, the one with the 17 sustainable goals.
The partnership, you mean?
UN General Assembly's resolution called Transforming Our World with the 17 sustainable goals.
The 17 SDGs.
Yes.
Right, it's integrated in the...
It's integrated.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just didn't see it.
Right, yeah, I think maybe we... Basically, the whole community is working towards these 17 SDGs. So we didn't really mention 17 SDGs itself. But if you look at the most recent references there, that's actually the whole point of having this new declaration, actually. Because when we had the 2014 Okayama Declaration, it was before the SDG time. Right, so SDG was adopted in 2015, and that was actually the whole point, that we want to have a new declaration that can be realigned with SDGs. not only the SDGs, but also other means and tools came out after SDGs. Yes. So for the youth part, you see there the third sentence, we foster mutual understanding, trust, and respect, which was 3 keywords from the word cloud this morning, and intergenerational and other structural mechanisms that empower youth leadership. So that was emphasized more here. Priority action area 4 is about ensuring equity, inclusions, and justice. Yes, Princess.
Thank you very much for this comprehensive draft and well articulated. Are there any place where we could ensure balancing the youth from the global south and youth from global north? I think that is something that also, as a negotiator, this comes often. If we can find a way to tune it in, that is reflected in the text, that will be much appreciated, is possible. I don't know how we could frame it, but I can think also about it and come up with a word if needed, but just this one.
Thank you very much for
to balance it. Thank you so much.
Input. Yes, thank you very much, Princess. We actually do have that wording, global South and North relation, in the scaling part, like
Yes.
the operationalization part.
So the last sentence, it would with us RC's point of view.
Because I think it's also the cross-cutting notion or principle that not just youth, but all the 5 priority action areas has to be global North and global South mainstreaming.
Mainstreaming, maybe. Right. It's because where we were at the youth sections, that's what I.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you. So priority area 4.
The youth was 4. The 5 is the final one, the harnessing digital transformation for lifelong learning, life-wide ESD. Initially, we wanted to really emphasize this technology and digital transformation in the declaration. And in the earlier stage of consultation, some RCE expressed very strongly that we don't use technology for the sake of technology, but it has to be the opportunity to widen the lifelong learning opportunities and life-wide opportunities. So that's why we put actually lifelong and life-wide ESD at the end, so that we don't just say digital transformation just because everybody talk about digital transformation, right? So this is the text. One recommendation or comment from the last minute was about AI, because we didn't really put AI per se in the paragraph, but some RC members were saying in the era of this emerging and controversial AI, we will have to put it in somewhere. So what we did was, if you go to the final sentence of paragraph 5, action area 5, we remain mindful of associated health, environmental, and ethical risk of such emerging technologies, including artificial intelligence. So we put the artificial intelligence as emphasis.
Rita, I raised my hand, but you didn't see me. Not at all, no problem at all. I think if you could go a little bit up, at some point we're talking about indigenous people, and it's just, we also advocating on a negotiation to always combine the local community and indigenous people. So because this is, and it depends on the side of the region that you are, it's called indigenous people, and the other side, local community. Just if we could add next to displaced people, local community, and indigenous people. It's just para 12, 1,
Yes.
2, 3, 4, 5th line. Just before indigenous, local community, and indigenous people. Thank you very much.
This one, right?
Thank you. Any edits for 5? Priority action area number 5. Okay, so paragraph 14 and 15 is about how we can operationalize this declaration. So 14,
Can you move to next?
yes, Professor Zainar.
With reference to what you were saying about 14 and 15, talking about operationalization of it, I was just wondering whether if we want to be a bit more specific in giving a context of the line whereby we talks about localizations. So something like, it might be seen as a bit biased to refer to Ubuntu, but I thought that would give idea. The very prominent of our CE's ideas is about localizations and reference to that kind of wording. If we can have an Ubuntu word, which is quite a common and standard one without bias there.
Right, so in the paragraph 14, Ubuntu spirit is
something along that line.
Right.
You were saying that the community needs and priorities, so that will be quite reflected by an example of Ubuntu.
Can you point out the line? Which line that?
14, then you see it's the vibrant global learning commons will foster.
Right.
Yeah. How do I count the barriers? 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I see that.
Yes.
So how this vibrant global learning commons?
So what I'm trying to say is the context specific. So Ubuntu can be one example for that to reflect when you want to operationalize that localizations.
Take note of it. If anybody has good idea to incorporate Ubuntu in that, I see the point, but in the sentence, yes, please.
Interconnectedness and the Ubuntu spirit both within and among RCEs, because I also think we should help each other. It's not only about connecting, but also about this Ubuntu principle.
I think that flows well. Zaina, are you happy? Not very happy?
If I may help with the drafting policies, such like, then it's give also room for what my colleague yesterday on the keynote was saying, the Burkindi that I noticed, but we can say such like Ubuntu principle, then this give rooms also for others to also use it. Not that we are naming all of them, but we use Ubuntu. Then maybe the text will be read like, will strengthen the interconnection with principles, local principles such like Ubuntu. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, so I also wanted to note, and I remember I'm coming as a UNESCO chair on intercultural competence, but UNESCO has publications on intercultural competences, and it plays a vital role in ESD. And so there was mention of intercultural understanding, but it would be really good if perhaps that could be noted, maybe even priority 1. But intercultural competence is also a key competence within ESD.
Thank you very much for pointing that out. We actually have the space, the explicit word for intercultural understanding.
Right, but intercultural understanding and competence are quite different.
So how would you...
So at least at a minimum, maybe change to competence, but intercultural competence, weaving it into maybe priority 1 would be wonderful.
Inside the priority number 1.
Possibly, yes, as part of priority 1 with social impact. But we have to learn how to get along together, as Martin Luther King Jr. said, or perish together as fools. And so that learning to get along together is the intercultural competence part.
Thank you, but just hold for a second go back to the priority area 1 because we need to adopt today. So I think it's better we can frame it and finish it. So this one, if it is okay, then I'd go back to the priority area 1. So.
Yeah, so first of all, for the Ubuntu here, it's okay. Yeah, so we move back to priority number 1.
And spelling of Ubuntu was also...
So we will do the wordings later. We are not going to print it out today, so don't worry. So we just mark where we change. Can you mark where? Yeah. Yeah. And then go up in number 1.
Yes.
Global citizenship and intercultural understanding. So we would like to change to intercultural competencies. Any other inputs? Yeah, and then we go to the last paragraph. So the title of the declaration is RC's Collective Commitment for Sustainable Futures. And it's 15 actually summarizes what our commitment is. Yes, Max.
Maybe also echoing our conversations on youth participation, not only have youth empowerment, but actively also couple it here with that intergenerational collaboration.
Can we put it in under the multi-stakeholder partnership?
Yes.
Yeah, so not as the separate. Yeah. Do you like youth empowerment or youth leadership? Because I had a comment from the RCEs in the previous draft. I remember that youth empowerment should not be, like empowering youth anymore. It should be the youth should be the leader. Are you okay with the empowerment, or you want to change the youth leadership?
Personally, I feel that empowerment is more broad, and it also encompasses leadership. Because in order to, for leadership, you need empowerment first. So.
Okay, good. Yeah. So multi-stakeholder partnership, yeah, and then we can put the intergenerational collaboration later on, maybe, yeah. But then market is additional. Okay. Is everyone happy now? Any last minute addition? Yes.
Thank you. Could I possibly suggest to include in the last paragraph the the forefront of global sustainability efforts? So instead, global efforts for peace and sustainability, for example.
Okay, at the forefront of global efforts for
peace and sustainability.
Mm-hmm. Are you all agree? Do you all agree? Yeah.
Thank you.
So you now have to also integrate peace part very actively in your activities. Yes.
Thank you very much. If it's appropriate to add para 17 to thank the city of Okayama for hosting the if it's possible. This is just to acknowledge and thank them to add a para 17 as if possible.
Thank you very much for your suggestion. Actually, it's in the number 1.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, paragraph number 1.
Oh, my apologies. Then it went too fast on my reading. I didn't. Apologies. Yeah. If it's there, it's fine. Okay.
Right.
It's good. If it's acknowledged, it's
fine. The declaration itself conveying the name of Okayama City, I think it's really a big appreciation and recognition for the generosity of the city.
As I said, it's just a suggestion.
Yes.
Thank
you.
I want to
yes.
that the thank part as appears, and
right.
I didn't see that it wasn't. If it's in, that's fantastic. Thank you very
much.
much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, we'll make sure that Okayama City and the Ministry of Environment of Japan are properly appreciated and recognized for all these efforts. No, we didn't say 17 sustainability goals itself. Yeah, but
is the declaration? We are recognizing the declaration with the 17 sustainable goals somewhere. Huh?
Okay, so maybe number 3, paragraph 3. Because it's all these references are based on the 17 SDGs.
Yes, but I'm talking about the main frame, the main documents from the General Assembly explaining the 17 sustainable.
Yeah, I see your point really clearly. At the same time, we have 4 more years to go for SDGs.
Yeah, you're right.
And after that, we don't know what would come, right? Yeah, Mark, please.
Sorry to cut in there. And actually, I really apologize. I should have seen this earlier. But in paragraph 3, we could also include the 2023 recommendation on education for peace, human rights, and sustainable development. I'm so sorry. I should have put that in much earlier. I just wanted to flag that now. And that would link directly to that, because the UNESCO recommendation on peace should encompass all the SDGs, and it broad-based, much broader than the SDGs itself, and should live long into the future as well. I'm so sorry I didn't see it earlier. Thank you.
So would you like to send us the exact title And would everyone be okay with adding that reference? Are you familiar with it? Are you practicing it in your daily RC activities? 2023, right. Again, can you say it again?
It's the 2023 recommendation on education for peace, human rights, and sustainable development. It's actually a much longer name, but that's the short version. It was, for those of you who've been doing this for a long time, you might be familiar more so with the 1974 recommendation that was also one piece. So this was the revised version in 2023. So this should live on well into the future and be a guiding document along with all those other ones there. So
right.
I apologize I didn't mention that sooner when I was looking at the draft.
Right. So I will actually ask everyone, because the list can go on, right? If we keep adding the references and the key frameworks. So if everyone is familiar with the reference and using it, practicing it in your daily RC activities, we are very okay to add one more. Okay? Good? Okay, good. So we'll add one more reference there. Yeah. Right.
So, can I remove draft now?
Okay, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
With all of your inputs and feedback and sleepless nights with the writing committees, I officially declare this Okayama Declaration 2025 is officially adopted. Thank you very much. Thank you, Anupam. I think Anupam couldn't have lunch today, actually. Yeah, so thank you, Anupam, for your really hard work.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jonghwi Park and Dr. Anupam Khajuria. The next program is the last program. It is the closing session. Please welcome Dr. Abe Hirofumi.
Dear participant, my name is Hirofumi Abe. I'm the chairperson of this Okayama RC for about 20 years. Anyway, I would like to send my gratitude to you for the successful adoption of Okayama Declaration this year. Thank you very much. And I think this will give us a new direction of ESD for next maybe 20 years. So we hope we can work together and maybe next successful results about sustainable development and sustainable society. Thank you very much for your cooperation and kind efforts. And I really hope you had a very successful meeting here and enjoy stay in Okayama. And we have another tour tomorrow, so please enjoy the Japanese society's efforts besides you. So thank you very much.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Yu Yoshino, a master of the ceremony on the first day. Please let me my words to gratitude to all of you. It was the first time to be exposed in front of the audience, so I was super nervous. So, but you have really supportive and have warm eyes with me, so that will be really, pleasure. And on behalf of the students, we appreciate how engaged and how dedicated in giving us this valuable opportunity to be exposed in front of you. And we are the very generation that must face with the crucial issues, such as you mentioned through this conference. So we are not just a witness, we will act responsibly to build a bright future for the next generation. So this opportunity you have given us today will be great assets and will be last wisdom to us. So thank you so much for warm support and thank you for all the way to come here. Thank you so much.
Hello, I'm James Kazuma. I am the moderator of Day 2. It was a very great pleasure to meet everybody in this room and lots of interactions with people. I'm very grateful for being here, and if you look around, there's very lots of people in here that has wisdom or gonna be the future leaders of our world. Today and yesterday, we shared lots of information. We had lots of interactions, and we learned, and we keep on learning. I am very grateful, and I'm very happy to meet and talk with you guys. Thank you very much. At last, to gather your feedback on the conference and reflections, what you have learned from today's section. We will be sending a post-event survey to all participants, including the ones who are joining online. We would greatly appreciate if you can take a few moments to share your thoughts. Thank you very much for your cooperation.